The authentic leftism is populist, okay? It is based in working class style, working class language, working class direct emotion, an openness and brusqueness of speech, okay? Not this fancy contorted jargon of the pseudo-leftists of academe, who are frauds. These people who manage to rise to the top at Berkeley, at Harvard, at Princeton, okay? The idea that these people are radical, they are career people, they're corporate types, okay, who succeeded in. And they love the institutional context. They know how to manipulate the bureaucracy, which has totally invaded and usurped, okay, the academe everywhere, okay. These people are company players. They could have done well in any field, okay. They love to sit in endless committees. They love bureaucratic regulation and so on. There's not one leftist, okay, in American academe raised his or her voice against the obscene growth of tuition costs, which have bankrupted a whole generation of young people. Not one voice, okay, to challenge that invasion by the bureaucrats, okay, absolute fascist bureaucrats, okay. They're cancerous, okay. There's so many of them. The faculty have completely lost any power in American academe, okay. It's a scandal what has happened, okay, and they deserve the present servitude that they're in right now, okay, because they never protested. Okay? Yes. My first job at Bennington College, 1976, I was there when there was an uprising by the faculty against encroachment by the Board of Trustees and the president, okay, and it was a huge thing. It was reported on the New York Times and so on, and we pushed that president out, okay, and there's not been a single uprising of that kind against encroachment by the trustees and by the administrations in all these decades, okay, passive slaves, they deserve their slavery.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I've thought the same thing about university professors for a long time, is that they get exactly what they deserve. Yes. Because they never stand up and say no. Mm-hmm. And the fact that in the United States, it's not quite as bad in Canada, I wouldn't say, but the fact that the students have been essentially handed a bill of indentured servitude here for their student loans is absolutely beyond comprehension. You know, it seems to me that the bureaucracy has basically conspired to determine how to pick the pockets of the students' future earnings, right? Mm-hmm. And they do that by offering them an extended adolescence with no quality control, mm-hmm. something like that. So it's a real bargain with the devil.
And a total abandonment of any kind of education, actually, in history and culture. Right? It's gone along with it. That is the transformation into a cafeteria kind of a menu, okay, where you can pick this course or that course or this course without any kind of guidance from the university about a central core curriculum that teaches you history and chronology, yeah. and introduces you to the basics, right? Because our professors are such prima donnas, they can only teach in their little areas. So we have this total fragmentation, okay? The great art history survey courses are being abandoned steadily, okay? Why? Because graduate students are not trained to see the great narratives, because we are taught now that narratives